Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the AEW Rampage review for the 5th of, I think it's the 5th of November 2021. Not a bad show for a 1 hour show. Still prefer the 1 hour format to anything either company is doing in 2 hour format, including Impact. Anyhow, 1 hour is a sweet spot for wrestling with so much oversaturation these days. Bryan Danielson defeats Anthony Bowens with Max Caster 904. Not sure that I would have put Bowens in there. I would have probably put Caster in there or somebody else. But anyway, Danielson adjusted Justin Roberts' tie, harkening back to getting let go from WWE for messing with Roberts over a decade before. Caster's rap includes the line that the acclaimed end career faster than yours. Anyway, it's and then Bowens then actually keeps up Danielson on keeps up with him on the mat after a near fall with a crucifix, and then Danielson floors Bowens with a high kick and backed him into the corner. Chops and kicks. Bowens comes back with chops of his own. Bowens then responds with forearms. Bowens goes for a vertical suplex. Danielson catches him with a knee, breaks it up, goes for the cross arm breaker. Bowens then gets to the ropes. Danielson kicks him out of the ring. Danielson then goes for the kick, and kind of stays on him. Bowens blocks the kick and then drops Danielson face first onto the apron on the outside. Caster then clotheslines Danielson on the floor, and show goes to picture in picture. Back from the break, Danielson hits Bowens with a series of forearms and a flying clothesline. Danielson follows up with yes kicks and a near fall. Danielson misses dropkick in the corner, and Bowens caught Danielson with the arrival, an inverted DDT. Opponent tied up in the ropes. In the meantime, Danielson then comes back with a backdrop. Bowens out of the ring. Caster then goes to the floor. Danielson then follows up with a top rope crossbody block on both members. The Acclaimed on the floor. Danielson then hits top rope shotgun dropkick and the big stomps, and then the label lock forces Bowens to tap out. After a recap of the FTR Andrade Cody angle from Wednesday's Dynamite, Andrade is shown in the back paying off MJF for the services of FTR for the next 2 weeks. Dax Harwood challenges Pac next week. I guess at least it's getting FTR on TV, so I'm good with that. The confrontation between CM Punk and Eddie Kingston's there. Starts before the commercial, returns from break, and Punk is jogging around the ring. And then he says, I want everyone to think I was jogging for 3.5 minutes. Punk calls out Kingston, and Kingston's music played, but he didn't come out. Not right away. Punk then taunts him a bit. Kingston storms out, and you want an apology? Answer me when I'm talking to you. Punk and Kingston stare at each other, and they're in opposite corners, and they're kind of diagonal in the ring, and there's distance between them. By the end of this, they're both in each other's faces. Kingston blames his absence on Wednesday of needing COVID test because he didn't want to potentially make anyone or their kids sick. Kingston apologized to the fans but didn't have an apology for Punk. Kingston looks up all the independent stars in the locker room like Samoa Joe, Amazing Red, and Homicide back in the day when he first started out, but CM Punk always looked down on Kingston and judged him. Kingston felt like Punk held him back. Punk said Kingston couldn't live up to the high standards Punk and Homicide, Samoa Joe, and even Bryan Danielson set because you're a bum. Would a bum main event Full Gear? Kingston asked. Kingston tells Punk no one in the locker room wants him in AEW, and Kingston challenged Punk to Full Gear. Punk then thanks Kingston and tells him he thinks he's more suited for a match on Elevation or Dark, which only enrages Kingston further. fight me, he says, and he says, fight me at Full Gear. Punk asks the crowd who approve of this, and they agree to the match at Full Gear. Just when it looks like Punk is going to leave, Kingston tells Punk after the match he could go away for 7 more years. Punk headbutts Kingston, and the fight's on. Didn't take long for the referees to come in and break this up. Turned out to be a pull-apart brawl, which actually looks more like a fight than average. Just when it seemed like the first wave of referees pulled them apart, Kingston breaks free and leaps on Punk, and more officials pour out, and it looks like, quite a big deal. Punk tries to re-establish this. Crowd chants, let them fight. Excalibur announced Tony Khan made the match official for Full Gear. Different points in the promo. Punk and Kingston are both cheered and booed, so it's kind of just, a little bit disorganized. Anyway, Jungle Boy, Christian, and Luchasaurus challenged the Young Bucks and Adam Cole Full Gear Falls Count Anywhere match, and absolutely no one except the internet marks cared. Red Velvet defeat the Bunny 334. Velvet charges into the ring, attacks the Bunny before the bell. Bunny drops to the floor. Velvet follows her out with a clothesline. Jade Cargill and Mark Sterling are out. They're watching from the seats in the front row. Bunny then sends Velvet headfirst into the steps. Bunny then does the ugly spot where she drops kick her opponent in the back while their neck is wedged in the middle turnbuckle. Not a fan of the spot by any stretch. Velvet then comes out with a leg lariat and a stunner for a near fall. Bunny then gets a new near fall from a Death Valley driver. Bunny then goes for the down the rabbit hole, but Velvet counters into a full slice neckbreaker and gets pinfall. Velvet will now take on Jade Cargill in the next round of the tournament. Obviously, Cargill going to squash her like a bug. Mark Henry moderated the face-to-face with John Silver and Adam Cole. Silver is just trying to help the new kid on the block, but Cole is having none of that. Next week's upcoming Dynamite, Pac versus Dax Harwood, Thunder Rosa, Ty Conti, and Andrew J defeat or go against Britt Baker, Rebel, and Jamie Hayter. Matt Sydal and Lee Moriarty against Dante Martin and Leo Rush, Danielson and Rocky Romero, and the contract signing for Full Gear against Page and Omega. Added to Full Gear, Eddie Kingston, CM Punk, and Jurassic Express Christian against the Super Quick Falls Count Anywhere match. Adam Cole, with the Young Bucks, defeats John Silver to close the show. Anyway, so Cole has the Bucks with him. Silver sends the rest of the Dark Order to the back, basically wants to handle it himself. Excalibur recaps the BTE storyline between Silver and Cole. That Silver wants Cole to be his manager, change his name and cut his hair. Gee, that's been run down before. Anyway, by this I mean no one in a creative capacity in a wrestling context would come up with something that dumb. Oh wait, that was proposed by WWE. Anyway, Silver makes fun of Cole's Bebe taunt and then gets a big boot. Silver then comes back with a gorilla press slam, dropping Cole on the top rope and beating him across the ring. They fight out of onto the apron. Cole then snapmares Silver into the hardest part of the ring on the floor. They go out on the apron and Cole they lock Silver into the camel clutch. Young Bucks could kiss cheeks, and then the show goes to last picture in picture. Anyway, back from the break, Silver is coming back with kicks. Cole then goes for a Rana, but Silver blocks the move and then sits down with a powerbomb for a near fall. Cole and Silver exchange forearms. Cole and Silver exchange kicks. Silver then goes for a suplex, but Cole counters it into a suplex neckbreaker and drops the opponent with a knee for near fall. Cole then charges into a lariat from Silver, and Silver hits a German suplex. Silver then goes for the cover, and after a punt, but Mac Jackson puts Cole's foot on the ropes, stopping the count. Dark Order run out trying to interfere, and they confront the Bucks, which distracts the referee. Cole then goes for a low blow, but Silver blocks it and hits Cole with a low kick of their own. And then Silver drops Cole with a spinning Liger bomb, and that gets a near fall as well. Silver then goes for the superplex, but Cole fights out. Cole then goes for a Panama Sunrise. Silver overpowers him. Cole comes out and backs him into a corner. Silver then charges, and Cole catches him with a pair of super kicks and gets the pin. Decent enough match, and I mean, ultimately, again, Rampage, a really good show most of the time. There's usually a couple of trash segments and a couple of good segments, but an hour of wrestling is a good limit, and we'll be back with more right after this.